Hey y'all, Nick here. Hey, just kind of want to bring you all into something I'm working on and kind of, show you a little bit of a project that I'm working on. Currently trying to figure out really what's the best way when working around the motor to store some FT injectors, the high impedance types. So, decided to turn around and throw it into CAD, play a little bit with that, throw some stuff out onto the 3D printer and kind of see what's going on. I'm also going to show you kind of some of the stuff I'm working on through my doctorate program so you guys can kind of see the visualization and management dashboard that I'm building for 3D printers. If that's something y'all are interested in, we can definitely do an in-depth look at that. Just kind of let me know. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at that. All right, y'all. So one thing we are using is Shaper 3D. So with Shaper 3D, what we did is we actually took just a regular box and actually punched in 12 18.5 millimeter holes. As you can tell through that, they're 18.25 actually. That's the circumference of them. That meets the exact size except roundness of our high impedance injectors, which is 18. We're looking at it that if we have the dust collector tips on the top of them, it'll go ahead and protect those as well. We do have it kind of embroidered with what they are. These are the FT injector high impedance injectors. As you can tell through some of the FuelTech ones that we do use, these are a package of the ones that we do use. So those are kind of what we're building for. So you can kind of see how this is, and it's set for a drop right about 40 millimeters. So it's 18.5 wide or 18.25 wide, or the holes are 18.25 in circumference and 40 millimeters deep. It is 95 millimeters wide all the way around. So with that, we are actually sending that to the current printer at the moment, as we can tell with the dashboard. So if we look at our dashboard here, we can kind of see what our current nozzle temp is, what the bed temp is. We're currently 15% in progress at a 4.8 millimeter Z height. So if we go ahead and open up our dashboard tabs, so there it goes. It's starting to load now finally. This is something that is housed on not on GitHub yet. Well, it is on my own personal one, but it is going to be a cloud environment type of setup. There it goes. So what we are trying to do, there it goes. All right, little hiccup. So we can actually look at this. We'll go ahead and bounce that back out to full view. So this is currently running in the cloud. It's connected to our current printers, or our current printer, the Prusa. So as we kind of see what our Z height stat is, the Z height monitor and time series, stuff like that, using Grafana. So this is using MQTT through Grafana, and then slowly but surely building that test operations dashboard and stuff like that. So we can kind of see what's going on, what the nozzle temp is, how is that, drastically changing. And then also we're going to have the ability to do inspection data. So as we can kind of see here, we do have the ability to, kind of inspect those prints and then go ahead and submit that, down through here. For example, this is the current print we're working on, our FT injector holder. So we're going to go ahead. As we look at that, we can kind of see, if we kind of look back at the slicer, this is kind of what it looks like coming off the slicer. So you can kind of see the embroidery and stuff like that, and how we have it kind of set up that way. Then, of course, if we look actually at our printer, we can kind of see, kind of what's going on. But, you know, from there, we'll go ahead and go take a look at that printer and kind of see kind of what's going. All right, y'all. So as we kind of look at the actual printer itself, you know, we can kind of see what it's doing. Yes, we're printing in orange. So it's really the only color of PLA that I had lying around. So, you know, we kind of see where we're at using just to, you know, not even looking at the time series. It is printing PLA. So it's really nothing too extreme. We kind of look at the dashboard here, if it wants to clear up for me. There it goes. So, you know, from here, we're gonna go ahead and monitor this. And as soon as it's done, we'll go ahead and you know, take a look at that as soon as that is finished. All right, y'all. You know, now we got to take a look at the print. Now we can kind of see that it came across as finished. So now we look over at our dashboard here. We kind of see the dashboard. Our live dashboard kind of shows that everything is finished. Everything is good to go. Came up top height. Now we'll go ahead and take a look at our test operation screen. See everything is set. See everything is starting to cool down. So now what we can do is we can go ahead and go check that print and pull it off the printer. All right, y'all. You can kind of see that everything is good to go. And go ahead and take a look. The print, go ahead and pop this off. There we go. Nice satisfying pop. Now we'll take a as we zoom back out a little bit. And, yeah. Orange isn't the best color when it comes down to bringing the stuff up. So let's go ahead and bring this over to the desk and take a look at it. All right, y'all. So as we take a look at the print, we kind of see all 12 holes are lined up. Some of the layer lines, all the layer lines actually look pretty good. Pretty clean print. The naming shows up decently. It's not great. You know, it'll do. So let's go ahead and take our box of injectors that we got sitting here. Brand new box. Get marketing information out the way. So, and reach in and pull one of our FuelTech injectors. These are our 170 pound per hour injectors. And we can go ahead and test the print, test the fit. So we can kind of see that, everything fits, everything kind of sits snug and tug, nice and snug in there. The good thing is it's not just set up for one. You know, we can definitely reach back in our box, pull another injector, and go ahead and slide it down in another one. So this is designed to hold 12. So, you know, we got 6, but, you know, it is what it is. Eventually we'll get there. Well, we got 12 we got 6 available, I should say. So what that is, it's something that's going to give us some hands, hold some stuff out the way. If this is something y'all are interested in, I can go ahead and put this up on printables eventually, so y'all can grab a hold of it. But all right, y'all, just want to show kind of something that we're working on. So y'all have a good one, and we'll talk to you later. All right, see you later. Bye.